Hello, babies. I just read half the book for you today, but I had to stop so that I didn't have an illegitimate litter of puppies. And so we had to stop and time out. Look where I'm at. I'm at the river and reading you a book today. It's called Beaver Gets Lost because what if? That's a perfect book to read at the river. I have seen beaver in this river. I have seen otter. And did you know one time I even saw an eel in this river? I did not even know that there were eel in southwest Arkansas. I had no idea. It's kind of yellow, but I saw him. He was wrestling with a snake. And by the time they got around that corner this way, I'm trying to show you one. They were going that way. I don't know who won, but I watched them for a long time. But anyway, we're going to read the story about Beaver Gets Lost. And that does make me a little sad because I have been lost before in the Sulphur River bottoms in the middle of the night, and I didn't tell anybody where I was besides me and my friend, and we were lost. Anyway, I digress. Let's read our book, Beaver Gets Lost. Once a family of, red squirrels? You know Mimzie's a squirrel girl. We got squirrels all over the place around here. They throw hickory nuts down and they hit these metal roofs. It sounds like shots being fired. So, here we go. Once a family of red squirrels lived in a little wood of sturdy oaks beside a bubbling stream or a river. As the young squirrels played on a hollow log one crisp fall afternoon, a little animal with dark brown fur waddled up. "I think I'm lost," he said. "Don't worry," said Mother Squirrel. "We'll take care of you." "Oh, precious." "Hooray!" cried all the little squirrels. "We've got a new brother." "My name is Josie," said one little squirrel, scrambling down the tree trunk. "What's yours?" "Clarence," answered the little animal shyly. "Does he look like the rest of the family?" "One of these things is not like the other." At first, the squirrel family thought Clarence was a squirrel too. Only Father Squirrel was puzzled about Clarence's tail. It was flat and covered with black scales, not fluffy and red like the others in the family, but it didn't matter. He and the rest of the squirrel family soon came to love Clarence as one of their own. One day, Father and Mother Squirrel tried to teach their children how to build a nest, but the young squirrels wouldn't sit still for the lesson. They chased each other up trees and tossed acorns from the branches. Hickory nuts. Only Clarence paid attention. He listened carefully to every word Father Squirrel said. Y'all see that ant on the page? When I'm reading, I keep thinking it's a bug coming for my thumb. Making me a little nervous. "I can't wait to build my own nest," said Clarence. He got right to work, dragging long branches across the forest to the clearing. As he worked, Clarence's nest started to look very different from the one Father Squirrel had built. Instead of layering small leaves and twigs in a pile, Clarence stood big sticks upright, leaning one against the other, and using his tail to pat mud in the cracks. Back and forth he went, dragging bigger and bigger branches past his astonished family. They're like, "What is he doing? What is he doing?" Looks like he's building a house. For days, and silly me, a nest is a house, isn't it? For days, Clarence kept at his work. Josie sat up in a branch and watched him. She wished he would play with her. "When will you be done?" she asked. Clarence looked at his nest. "Not for a long time," he answered. "There's still a lot of work to do." The animals in the forest gathered to watch Clarence. "What is he doing?" one squirrel asked Josie. He's been building that thing for days," said the weasel. Josie shook her head. "He never stops," she said. "He just keeps working." Ergo the expression, busy as a beaver. Clarence's nest got bigger and bigger. Still, he kept building. Is that a beaver dam, maybe? "Do you want me to help you?" Josie asked, hoping he'd be done soon. "Oh, yes," said Clarence. "Would you please help me find more branches to use while I cut down this tree?" "Okay," sighed Josie, scampering into the woods. I don't know if she really wanted to help, but you know, sometimes your friends help you with your chores. You get done faster and you can do all the fun things. Just ask any of my friends that helped me rake pine straw from 21 pine trees so that we could go do fun things. Of course, I was the only one driving in those days, so that if they wanted to go anywhere, we had to get my chores done. All right. That was how Josie found a whole family of animals just like Clarence. They had big front teeth and broad flat tails, and they were building a huge nest of 6, just like Clarence. Josie cried, "Wait until I tell everyone." You reckon that's Clarence's for real family? His original family, because I think his squirrel family were for real family. Josie was out of breath when she finally reached the family oak tree in the forest. Clarence, Clarence, she cried, I think I found your family down at the river. They're making a nest just like yours. Where, Josie, said Clarence, please show me. May we come too? The young squirrels begged their parents. Why not, said Mother Squirrel. Everyone rushed after Josie and Clarence, who were headed for the riverbank. I think both squirrel parents should go to make sure this is on the up and up. You know, we can't just let our kids go wandering off to strangers. Clarence and his mother and father were so happy to see... Hang on, let me make sure I didn't miss a page, because you know. Nope, we didn't. Clarence and his mother and father were so happy to see each other again. How can we ever thank you for taking such good care of our little Beaver? Asked his mother. Beaver, laughed Mother Squirrel. Why, we thought he was a squirrel. But it doesn't matter. Just promise to let Clarence visit us in the woods from time to time. Our family has grown quite fond of him. They love him. So from that time to this, the squirrel family and the Beaver family feasted together every week on apples, mushrooms, and acorns. I say acorn because I'm from East Texas. Acorn. I just say acorn. Sometimes by the Beaver's lodge in the river, and sometimes by the squirrel's nest in the woods. Look at him. They're having a little Friendsgiving. All right, and we have fun facts. We got time for a few fun facts. The beaver is the largest rodent in North America. Other rodents are squirrels, woodchucks, chipmunks, and mice. All rodents have sharp front teeth. We got all of them here. We even have woodchucks. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck of woodchuck could chuck wood? We also know them as Punxsutawney Phil, which Punxsutawney Phil is a groundhog. Did you know that a groundhog and a woodchuck were the same thing? I was 11 years old before I even knew that. They're the same thing, and we have them here. They live under some of these people's cabins. Not mine, though, because I got too many dogs. Beavers are good parents. Most beavers have 2 to 4 babies each year. Sometimes the mother beaver carries her little ones on her back when she swims. I used to do that too. I would carry my little people on my back when I would swim. Beavers are wonderful swimmers. They can stay underwater for 15 minutes without coming up for air. That's a whole lot of... I'll be done now. When a beaver senses danger, it slaps its heavy tail on the water, making a big splash. This warns all the other beavers to hide underwater. Bloop. Beavers use their sharp front teeth to chew or gnaw on tree trunks. When the tree falls down, the beavers use them to make their lodges and dams. I've got a big limb in my cabin, just right over here behind you. And in my classroom, it's just pieces of trees that the beaver has chewed down. And there it comes to such a cool little point. And it's got little teeth marks in it. And I have a beaver school. And it makes a great demonstration when you're teaching these things to young people. Last fact. Beavers live in lodges that they build in the water far away from the shore. Look familiar? It looks like Clarence's house. I love this book, and a science lesson, and the river, and squirrels, and a Diet Coke. Clearly. I couldn't love anything more. Except you.